Which cyber did you take as your mutation clan?
Sin? Bad or?
No, that's fine. Just trying to see. You've got another one to take though, you know that? Unless you kept
I can take another one?
Yeah, because you have 18 creds to start, so you can buy 3. So you get your free one was your free one's your synth skin. Oh no, you got reflexes. Sorry, I didn't see.
Yeah, I got reflexes. And
blades. Yeah, well you got another one you can take.
Which one should be good for?
Or you could just double up on one of your existing ones.
What are you eating?
KFC.
Everybody needs a little skill chip. Yeah, skill chip. No, I'm gonna go to blades. So that's 2 on blades. So do I roll 2d6 or just?
Yeah, you'll get an extra dice.
I'll change my synth skin. I gotta read up on that again. Weapons, vehicles, drones, cyberware. I didn't know blades were illegal.
Like secret blade ones are. So
Well,
like, you can carry it. So you can carry a knife or a sword or whatever. But if you've got like secret blades in your hands, that's obviously you've got that for a sketchy reason.
I had this idea that they designed a synth skin has become the most among them. A camouflage. Did it. Bingo. Got it. That's what I wanted.
My God, there's so much meal in this.
And
you're an activist, so what's your activism cause?
What did I have in my head when I made this shit? So, it's rebelling against. He wants to have all the gangs of town. He told us what the name of the city was.
I think I've just been calling it the city.
The city.
Are you just rebelling against the man?
Yeah, the system. Actually, no, because that's the funny thing. I made it like who has a beef with me is the corpos, but I have the beef with the gangs. And the reason why the corpos have a beef with me because I am a dirty little secret.
Okay, that fits with some stuff I was thinking of, so okay.
Yeah. What else you need? What else you need?
Which corp is it in particular?
I was gonna talk to you about that. Let me see.
Because I got 4 of them now.
What's the one that actually likes experimentation on people?
All of them, because they're corpse. But
which one does it the most?
let me check the lore here.
Would it be the food and the biology one?
How many do you have? You have like
there's
1, 2.
4. Yeah, SMK, Metex, AlphaSoft, and Sticky Berkeley. So SMK is the Japanese corp. They do like Trilix and Cyber. Metex do like terraforming, space stuff, and the energy sector.
I'm gonna say Yeah, I'm pointing. I keep reading on SMK. Yeah, I think SMK would do it.
Okay. The Yakuzas.
Yeah.
Right, so SMK. And you have a beef with just the gangs in general, or is it a particular one?
Okay. So the story is that this guy used to be a security guard for. I'm gonna say security guard for the SMK and a certain gang. I mean, do you have any names of the gangs in here, or this?
No, I hadn't thought of any. I don't think.
Well then, it's time to look at my whole lore of gangs. Let's see.
See, I'm now imagining you've got a big book there that's just like the book of gangs.
No, cyberpunk gangs mostly. No, I like
The Ladybird
mops.
Book of Gangs.
Totally.
Wait, did you just say Ladybird?
Yeah, Ladybird.
I like that. That's what the gang name is.
The Ladybirds.
The Ladybird.
I like that.
That's what they call ladybugs over here.
Ladybirds. I like it.
And then stupor for your comfort and reputation for your value. And you're for the cause. And so yeah, so you're also a mutant.
Yep.
So what's the Ladybirds MO? Do they just go around stabbing people?
What is it with
Go
you and
around.
stabbing people, man?
Makes you a little concerned about him, doesn't it?
It really does.
I mean, have you? Did you catch the last episode?
Only part of it.
They do typically steal shit, but they like to steal shit annoy corpos, other companies. This
I've
time
played
they
games with him
actually-
in prom before.
Oh.
I know how it goes.
So you're thinking like they're hijackers and stuff?
Yeah, they're hijackers. This last job, they kind of botched it and they blew up like one half of the S&K building, and Sci-Fi was in the middle of that. Build him. Yes, it's RoboCop. Hooray! In a weird way.
Okay. And what kind of appearance does Sci-Fi have? Does he have any like cosmetic enhancements or anything?
Let me show you a picture of him. Okay. I have a picture of him. Let's see, there he is. Oh, just take your time. There. That's how he looks. Long coat.
When
Very
did
pale skin.
when did Discord start shortening people's names?
Oh, they did that a long time ago, and it's kind of annoying.
I just see B, E, and G and S for people's names.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've
mine
been
hasn't
reminding
come up.
people to change. Yeah, they've been reminding people to change their names.
Yeah, I thought I got Dark Malice, but I actually got Dark Malice. But because I couldn't read it on my phone, so I was like, okay, that's great. And then I looked at it on the computer and I was like, fuck.
No, for me, everybody's name is still full display.
There, see, look, I changed my name for them. Glim.
Expert stalling, I've now eaten my food.
What did you have? Like a chicken?
I got the mini fillets. I get 2 of them with the gravy.
Mm.
Because our mashing gravy is
I
so
love
good
it.
done.
Have the technology. We can build. Dun dun dun.
I feel like I've seen that.
Too bad it
picture.
wasn't that nice. Yeah, it. Dude, this is Shadowrun.
Oh, you used the same one. Okay, that's probably there.
Yeah, because since I couldn't make the character I wanted in that game.
Yeah, Shadowrun's a tricky beast. Right, let's fail up. Let's wait for Shy to come back.
Never ending. Doing a lot of deception here. I'm playing a Cyberpunk tabletop while playing Cyberpunk.
I tried to get into the video game, man. I didn't last very long though.
Wait, when did you start getting into it?
Fuck. It was like way after release. Because I was waiting for them to like patch it and shit. But I
They
mean,
did a good job.
I was thought, just drive around and just soak up the atmosphere in it, just because I like the setting. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of jank in this one.
I understand. That's highly understandable, and I'm not going to change your mind with it, because, I mean, hey, man.
I just think that I pirated it, so I wasn't.
You what?
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't going to pay for it. You mad?
No, but you could have.
But yeah, so I pirated it, and then I was like, I'm really glad I didn't buy this.
Look, I don't regret I didn't buy. What the freak?
Yeah, I only really got into it because of the show on Netflix. And now my brother plays
Really?
it though. Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah, I mean,
whenever-
if you played it because you were trying to be edge runners, that would be really disappointing.
Yeah, no.
I definitely don't play it, but every now and again I'll go over, like, hang out with my brother and he'll play it. And he'll be driving around. Of course, the car has the radio and occasionally plays songs from the show, and immediately it's like instant reaction. And he's seen the show too. He got the game and then watched the show afterwards. So it was like, but we still like have the same reactions.
You can have like a
The thing with me
really.
is that I knew when I first. Go ahead, Dart.
No, you
I'm
go.
gonna tell you. Okay, so when the show first came out, I knew how it was gonna end. I already knew, because the creator of Cyberpunk said it himself. This ain't about good, like, happy endings and stuff. This is about surviving. This damn city is cursed in its own right. You
Oh, yeah,
can't
no,
leave it. Go ahead.
But I was just gonna say, like, by the time I had started to watch it, like, I had already got like spoilers from it. Like, I saw a bunch of memes about Rebecca's character dying and shit like that, and I was like, okay, why is, first of all, I kind of like this little gremlin of a character, like, and apparently so did everybody else. I was like, all right, I might as well do her justice and see how her story pans out. And I was this was probably like the first show where I was actually satisfied with an unhappy ending.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a very satisfying show. I was really quite impressed, especially since it was on Netflix.
I wish this was came out, and I was like, when it happened, I was like, oh fuck.
Actually,
Yeah.
Rebecca, I was more mad. I'm like, dang, you didn't have to do her like that.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I was like, whoa.
But when
I liked it
when
because
I
I
saw
like.
Anyone?
Adam smash her, go ahead.
Has anyone been watching Sirens? That was really good.
Siren?
Also,
It's
nothing to do
like,
with Cyberpunk.
Oh,
I
fuck.
know,
Damn,
but it's
Discord cut out
it was-
again. Hang on.
it was like what's called sort of Korean reality camp, which was really great.
Mm-hmm. Sounds interesting. Don't get me wrong.
So it was like all female groups, and they all had like bases, and people had to get like their flags, and you had like the soldier group, you had like the firefighters, you had like the guards, the stunts people. What else did you have?
Not
else
Cyberpunk
was-
people, so it's not really relevant.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good show. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents.
As always.
Yes.
That's alright.
Fuck your liberty! Do what I say!
Right, okay, so now that we have everyone. So, as you might expect, Fox sends you a message, or maybe like a holocall or something like that, saying that you have a client wants to meet you all at the Atlantis Club this evening, around 10 PM. And he says you'll probably need an infiltrator for this job, so Sci-Fi is going to meet up with you guys and be joining you. When you get to the club, you're to just ask for Mr. Anderson. Speaking of Cyberpunk,
What's up?
the club is from Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah.
Why were there no robot animals in Cyberpunk?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Because they
That's a real
exterminated
good-
all the furries.
No, he said robotic. They said robotic.
Yeah, that's why they exterminated the furries, so there's nobody that wanted a robot dog.
I don't know. Wasn't there an entire class in the tabletop where it was you basically just playing as a furry?
Probably. I don't think so in Cyberpunk Red, because I did play that and I don't recall there being furries.
It was like enhancements that made like gills and stuff.
Oh, yeah, they got that stuff. They got that Shadowrun as well. But yeah, so you're told to meet 10 PM Atlantis and ask for Mr. Anderson. So I don't know if these are coming one by one or what.
Well, I was waiting for I just like, haha, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just following everyone.
So Atlantis is a pretty trendy club on the east side. I don't want to say it's upper class, but it's a bit fancier than maybe some of the dives that you end up meeting people in. If you want a booth or anything like that, you definitely have to make a reservation like months in advance. And when you get to the place, it's going to be like a Friday night, so the queue is going to be like half a mile down the street. And you can see the bouncers, the bodyguards at the front, just turning away people left and right.
So we're outside the club?
Well, you don't begin inside, yeah.
I'm just gonna walk up to. Is there a back door?
There will be a back door to the building, yes.
Is there anyone guarding that door?
There is nobody standing outside the front of the door. You can see there's like a camera with a sensor pointing towards it from the wall across the alley. The door itself is just a large metal door that opens from the inside.
I don't know if we're meeting or contact you. Should I murder my way into the building?
Is that your phone call to the other guys? Hey guys, I'm outside. Should I murder someone to get in?
Yes, I am calling. I'm calling the mole to ask this.
No, just ask for Mr. Anderson.
Yes. I'm gonna go up to the bouncer.
Yeah, you go to skip the front of the queue. You hear just dozens of people at the start of the queue just like complaining and bitching right away as you walk past them.
I just calmly would just walk through.
Okay, so you approach the bouncer at the head of the queue and he's like, are you on the list?
I'm looking for Mr. Anderson. I have an appointment with him, I think.
He runs down the list of like an AR screen in front of him. I don't see an Anderson here. Give me a second. And he makes like a phone call off to the side by pressing his ear. And then he just turns to you and he has like a nervous look in his face. And he says, yes, just go straight in.
Alright. I go in, I turn to the other people, I'm like, I go, see?
There's a guy like right in the front of the queue with like 3 girls with him, and the girls are just like, take me, take me.
Just looked at him.
They could make useful human shields if fighting breaks out.
Well, you do it. All about the mission. I ain't worried about pussy. Or gals.
Yeah, he did not take guns and bitches as his...
Yeah. No.
The rest of you taking a similar route.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so the interior of the place is all lit up with like blue LEDs. It's got an almost kind of aquatic sort of vibe to it. When you're walking in, they have like dolphins and live fish and these big, massive, transparent tubes. And then as you get to the dance floor, there's all these holographic displays, and it's all like koi fish and things like that swimming across through the mist and the fog at the top of the dance floor. And around the exterior of the building are just a series of booths, and most of them are people with like popping bottles of champagne and stuff like that. But as you walk in, a small woman with long black hair comes up to you, and she looks very smartly dressed in a sort of blue blazer. The Anderson party?
Mm-hmm.
And she will escort you to a booth at the far end of the building.
Are we near the dolphins?
You have to pass through some of the holographic dolphins and stuff together.
Oh, they're not real. Never
Oh no,
mind.
the real ones are in tanks when you're like walking through the corridor to get to inside the building.
I want to try to talk to them, get some intel.
The dolphin.
I'm just imagining him now playing like a soundtrack.
You're like, you don't have to talk like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play recorded sounds and try to communicate with the dolphins.
The dolphin swims right up to the glass and just stares you dead in the eyes.
The pact has been sealed.
They're just like I'm gonna ask the dolphin if it has any useful information.
Yeah, you make a series of ticks and clacks and squeaks. The creature just like stares at you for a moment more before it turns and swims back up into its tube.
What intelligent creatures?
Said the dolphin.
Alright, I'm gonna walk away and join everyone else.
At this booth at the back, they have thick, like set curtains that pull over, and there is a single person sat at the table at the back. Although it's a massive booth made to fit, like 15 people. And it's a very neat, well-kept-looking man with short blonde hair. One of his eyes is a bright blue cybernetic eye, but other than that, he doesn't seem to be too enhanced. And as you approach, you just motion for you to take your seat. You're Mr. Foxy's party, I assume.
Mr. Anderson, I presume?
That would be correct. Would you like to order something?
Or with a light shot of tequila in it.
Makes it
Does this establishment have food?
Snacks? Not really. Meals though.
And Boris will just order a shot of vodka.
So yeah, when your drinks come, all the drinks are like dyed blue. So it's kind of difficult to tell which is which when they're laid out on the table in front of you.
I'll just take
Alright.
whatever's closest.
I'll take one too. I quickly drink I drink like just a sip of it. Which one is that one?
Boris, you're looking around like, hang on, where's my drink gone? As the robot just downs yours.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever one's
I
not
didn't down
grabbed.
it. I just went gulp.
I'm the
the-
robot.
The robot.
Yeah, you're not the robot.
Oh.
I don't drink any of it.
I
Yep.
suspect this sort of place doesn't cater to my tastes or my budget.
Oh well, you needn't worry about the budget, my dear, and they do cater for a large variety.
Yeah, well, just a glass of water.
He orders you like this really expensive, fizzling, exquisite water. And it's positively bubbling when it's served to you in a big tall glass. It is also dyed blue. So it's a very saturated looking blue colour.
Boris.
The figure like stops messing with the AR display that is visible to you and sits upright once your drinks have been served. Now, I don't suppose Mr. Fox relayed any information to you ahead of time. I work for Terranauto Electrics here in the city. We're a locally corporated business, A-level. And one of our prized employees, a Miss Lorena Melendez, has been taken hostage, captured, captive against her will. We have since, this was a few days ago, we have since received a communique from the organisation that took her, claiming to be a hardline extremist anarchist collective. And they made a series of ridiculous demands to our corporation. So we have attempted to track her down, but only ascertained the rough area where she may have been taken. And it spins his hand sideways, and this like 3D map appears over the table. You can see the map of the city, and then it zooms in on the northeast sector, where you can see a section of the city wall is missing, and you can see like a recycling facility that's been highlighted, and there's a massive like slum favela all around it. I'm not sure, I don't suppose you're familiar with this part of the city. The colloquial term is the shitlands. It's a massive slum ghetto surrounding a disused nuclear waste recycling facility, inhabited by all kinds of scoundrels and mutants.
And you're certain that she's found here and hasn't been simply had her location bounced around alternate
Well,
hosts?
the organisation claiming responsibility for this act, the Black Fist, this is the area where they are known to operate in. So this would be your best chance to find her.
Do you want us to retrieve her or remove her?
Yes, she's a valued employee. We would like her safe and sound. However, there is something of a complication. Her neural implant was used to access and download some sensitive documentation about our financial records. So while we would largely prefer her to be returned safe and sound, if that is not possible because of the circumstances, we would necessarily require the implant from within her neural cortex. We strongly believe that she is still alive at this point because the information contained in her brain is far too valuable, and it would not be accessible for amateurs if she had been deceased.
A lot to digest.
Well, the mission itself is fairly simple. I just need you to locate Miss Melendez and bring her home. You're authorised, of course, to take any means necessary against her captors.
What do we get?
We're prepared to offer 3 creds for each of your members, with a bonus cred if she is returned alive.
Okay. What do you think, guys?
Yeah,
Is this
Boris is just letting our face deal with this part. He's doing like searches on the web.
Yeah, I'm all for extra money.
as soon as he said that we can't kill her, I'm just gonna start ordering more drinks.
I'm not interested in this mission anymore. So
Trying to see if we should bring knives or just,
Nerf guns. Sorry, Shai, did you say you wanted to negotiate for more money?
Yes.
Do you want to roll? How many ranks you got in your pheromones?
Just one.
And so 2 dice then you would be rolling. As there's a little puff from the gills around your neck or whatever it is you have.
Yeah. Just like little gills behind your ears.
There's a little puff of air around the table, and everyone feels a little more relaxed and a little more talkative than usual. Perhaps it's the drinks kicking in. But Mr. Anderson doesn't seem too bothered, even though you can see him breathing in deeply through his nostrils. He gives you a hard stare with his one human eye. I don't believe there's anything extra here that demands an additional payment. I think it's quite reasonable what we're offering.
If we have to use kid gloves, that's going to take considerably more effort.
Which is why we're giving you an extra cred if you accomplish that. But if that's not possible, then 3 creds is the price.
And I just stare at the robot and give him like a look, like don't say anything. I can see like the lights flickering on him. I suppose those terms are agreeable, sir.
Yes, I should think so. Please stay the rest of the evening here and have your fill on my account. That's not a problem. I'll leave a contact number with you where you can get in touch when you have secured Miss Melendez. And with that, he's going to get up and leave the table.
So she's toast, right?
Well, potentially.
Unless they're keeping her alive to keep her implants working without them detecting anything.
No, she's definitely toast. He's wanting her like dead or alive, so he just wants to get the little bit of whatever it is out of her.
Well, he said she was a prized employee. That doesn't necessarily mean.
Yeah, he just wants the tech.
Yeah.
Well, preferably wants the tech and the employee, but if he can't have both, he'll gladly take just the tech.
Well, can we at least make an effort not to kill her? And I just stare at the robot.
I'm sure there's other people we can kill. Just
Yes,
gotta make sure that.
Your request will be processed, and an answer will be brought to you in a short time.
Your questions are important to us.
Thank you for all your help. Goodbye.
Boris,
Awesome.
do you wanna look her up and see where her location is?
Well, I don't know about. I mean, I could definitely look her up, but I'm sure finding out where she is going to be a whole other thing.
Yeah, ask some of her friends. Is any of her friends? Let's see who our friends are, and then go there first.
I don't know if that would actually do anything, because if she's being
Yeah.
held up by the gang, we need to look up more information about them.
Yeah. Well, let's look up information about them and then see where we can all go.
Yeah.
Sure, we can get some last known whereabouts type stuff on her as well. Like where she was last recorded being.
Okay, so which aspect are you looking for then?
I definitely want to know who we're up against, so I want to, like, this, what was it, the Black Fist or
Black
whatever?
Fist,
Yeah,
Oh,
I definitely
dear.
want to look up information about them, like what's their MO, where
Okay.
it's.
Are you going a deep dive, or are you just doing like a cursory search?
For sure, I'm going to do a deep dive, like
Okay.
as soon as possible.
So all your gear. We'll talk about cyberware.
Yeah.
So 4 dice and 5 dice if you're going unconscious.
Yeah, I'll go unconscious. You said 5 dice.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
That would be a crit, yes. Yes, so you find that the Black Fist have a kind of sparse presence in the Matrix. They seem to be a fairly new collective organisation, and they seem quite low level. A lot of it just sounds like the typical sort of rich kids, you know, playing activist, which in your field you've probably seen many times. But they do seem to have a couple of sort of leader figures, and they seem to be a little more experienced in hardline. And a lot of the kind of expressions they have online and posts and things like that do indicate that they take a very hardline stance against capitalism and the order in total. They've actually left the city and gone to live out in the shitlands, in the favelas, because it's lawless there. And they believe that that's going to organically grow into some sort of anarchist utopia. So their leader is a guy called Dom.
Okay, and is there any information about the shitlands itself that I could dig up as well, or?
Sure, yeah, so the shitlands is basically there was a rupture in the nuclear waste recycling facility, and it was abandoned, although it was still semi-operational, but it was too radioactive for them to go in and, you know, shut it down. And because there was all these worker houses and stuff built around it, they were just abandoned. A lot of the homeless in the wasteland moved in there. When the rupture meltdown happened, part of the city wall was taken with it. So this is one of the few points where people can kind of legally enter the city, largely undetected. But it's an expansive ghetto built around it, and the area around it is just wasteland and junkyard.
And I imagine Matrix or cyberspace presence there is minimum, if non-existent.
Oh, it's definitely existent, but it's sparse, and a lot of it is like hacked rigs, personalized hosts that are kind of like interconnected, holding up.
Right. So it's largely like off the grid.
Yeah, it's even in the Matrix, it's like a sketchy neighborhood.
For sure.
Because you might enter something that looks like a legitimate business or host, and it's like a hacker trap.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to go too much into exploring just one information from outside. Of course, I'll relay that to everybody, that way they know. Off the grid, so going to be harder to track down where she is, but... And then, you know, warn them, like, yes, some of the newer members are just kids playing activists, but their leadership is definitely more experienced and definitely more hardline fanatics. I guess I'll if I can still try to see if I can dig up any information on where our target is located.
Yep.
Or like at the very least last seen.
You will have taken edge for that last roll, by the way, because you got the crit.
Oh, I did. Okay. Up to 4 edge, yay!
Are you gonna go Cyber Psycho?
Yes. If he's at 4 already.
I might. Yeah, because I had more heat than edge, so
Jesus.
I cleared that instead. Yeah. Didn't have enough creds for the stabilizers.
You can't deal with the real world, so you just want to hide in cyberspace.
So I mean, you could go and get that taken care of before you go in the mission proper, and just owe them the money because you know you're going to get paid, probably.
Oh yeah. I was fixing on doing that anyhow. But...
yeah, give me a roll for the search. Is this on Melendez herself?
Yeah, try to like comb through whatever cameras or posts or just whatever sightings. See if I can at least narrow down our search from the shitlands. Oh geez, another edge. Okay.
Yeah, so you can see on her public profile on social media, 3.5 days ago, she had posted about our pet cat because she'd just taken him to the vet, and she was posting about how happy she was and stuff like that. And there's like a video of her playing with our cat. Following that, there's just a flurry of messages from concerned friends and relatives because they hadn't heard from her. And you can gather from that she was quite family orientated. You can see that she worked for Terran Auto Electrics. She was in financial brokerage. So fairly high profile, and she was dealing with like multi-billion dollar or multi-billion cred negotiations. And then she lived in a swankier part of the western district of the town, the city. And you'll be able to, troll the names of relatives and some of our closer friends from those replies as well.
Okay. But nothing about like perhaps narrowing down the search.
No, there's
for where
nothing.
she might be.
There's nothing since she disappeared that kind of indicated where she may be. She obviously hasn't posted anything herself.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be a long shot. All right, well, we're relaying all the information as usual, with the added note of I need to take a trip to the docks because I'm starting to hallucinate.
Oh dear.
Remember, the rabbit lies.
Rabbits are extinct. Probably.
Are you checking out the other robots, XX?
I want to find someone to fight.
I mean, there's plenty of humans around. I don't know what your standards are about what kind of
You can
humans
just
annoy you in
text one.
particular.
This guy right here.
I'm just gonna walk up into the. How crowded is the dance floor?
At this time of night, not very.
I just want to walk up to someone and I'm gonna tell them that I'm engaging in recreational violence and just punch them in the face.
Are you using cybernetics to punch them in the face?
No, I'm just gonna punch someone in the face.
So that will be.
Did you tell the group this? Or you do it on a random?
He's going to punch someone in the face.
Yeah, I'm just punching a random person in the face.
I mean, I'm just asking if you told us that, like, announced it. Like, I feel like violent. Did you say that?
I got up from the table while they were searching cyberspace.
Great.
Okay, so just one dice for being a combat robot. Since you're not using edge. Yeah, you punch this guy pretty hard, a square in the face, and your fist just stops as it collides with the front. You expect to hear like a crunch of bone, a spurt of blood, perhaps, but he's standing there motionless, and he reaches up with the left hand and grabs your hand and just sort of bends the wrist away from his face with a great power. And you can see you've like scratched some of the manufactured skin that was covering the heavily augmented skull that he has. And he's just got like one eye that's kind of displayed and it's glowing red.
Are you prepared for recreational violence?
Oh buddy, I was born ready, and he headbutts you so hard that it crunches the front of your brow. And you fall to the floor. Can you take 1 harm?
I've got titanium bones.
Okay, so he headbutts you, and there's just like this clanging sound of metal meeting metal.
I was also ready for violence.
He pushes his 2 friends back, and he like starts taking his jacket off.
I'll wait until he's ready. Am I wearing a jacket? Should I take it off?
Like cracks his neck, gets his fists up, starts moving backwards and forwards. He's like, "Come on then, Chrome Dome."
Alright. I'll just I'm gonna rush at him.
Okay, so roll your 1 dice again, unless you're using augmented.
Of course I am. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't.
Okay, so which cyber are you using?
I don't know. What would be better, bones or reflexes?
Reflexes if you're trying to surprise him, I guess. Bones if you're just going for like force.
Either way, they're both at 2, so I'll just roll 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you just fly into him full speed. You catch him like in the solar plexus. Clearly, he hasn't had that bit reinforced as you knock the wind out of him and you feel like ribs cracking against your shoulder. You slam him into his two friends, and the four of you just like crash into the tables behind them. You stand up as the three of them are just like groaning and coughing and wheezing.
That was quite entertaining. I'm just gonna stand up. Is his jacket sitting on a table?
Yeah, it's probably hanging on a stool that you threw over.
I will take this with me as a trophy, and when you defeat me, I will return it to you.
Yeah, it's a really gaudy looking, like orange and white Hawaiian shirt pattern kind of jacket.
I just want to see if this wallet is in it.
I mean, I don't think anybody has wallets.
Oh, right.
When he's all electronic.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take his jacket then.
While all this is happening, I come up with a plan. Why don't we break into our house?
Why do we break into her house? Why not?
And then we can find out any information, like if she's got any family, or did she know this gang member, any of the gang members, and we can get in, more info.
All right.
Does that sound good to everyone?
Ian, let's go.
Yeah, so Boris will have her address from our public profile.
So how do I get Edge? I got Edge while using my cyberware, right?
If your cyberware is the highest dice rolled, you'll take Edge. And if it's higher than your current Edge. I think that's what I wrote.
So that means everything but the first and second dice if you have an item?
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, we're gonna break into their house to look for any clues about where they are?
Yeah.
But didn't the person tell us where they are?
Oh, they did. Did they say?
They said it was in the shitlands. They couldn't tell you exactly where.
Yeah.
And that's where they suspect she is.
Yeah, so maybe there's further clues in the house.
Is that where she was taken from?
I think from our social media, like what people are saying, she appears to have gone missing. Well, she never like came home after work, and that's when people noticed that she was missing.
So I guess we could go to her home and I guess have a look. But if she never made it home, it doesn't seem like there's bound to be much there.
She might have known the gang members at one point.
Someone may have seen something as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the apartments. Is Boris wanting to swing by the docks on the way there so you can get his Edge treated?
Yes, definitely. That would be a priority at the moment.
I'm gonna say I'll put you in meets then. The good doctor.
Is this the guy I bought a face from?
Yes, it's always this guy. Because he's the most reputable one that you know.
I must not know many doctors.
Yeah, when you pull up outside the doc's surgery, you can see the young woman that works there as a sort of assistant is out front with a very old school looking brush, and she's just like brushing a small tide of red water into a drain.
Yeah, Boris will step inside and probably very shakily just hold up like his cred stick and just be like, I need stabilizers.
Yeah, the doc is like operating on something on the table away from the surgical chair. He turns up from what he's doing with his head while his arms are still working away at whatever they're programmed to work on. Oh, my dear boy, you look terrible. Yes, have a seat. Do you want some ice?
No, thank you, Doctor. Just the stabilizers as soon as possible.
He opens up the freezer anyway and pulls out like an ice box. And he takes the liver and the eyes out of it that were resting there and scoops up a handful of the ice cubes and gives them to him.
And what am I supposed to be doing with these ice cubes that I'm just holding in my hands?
Oh, that's a good point. I'll get the stabilizers. He goes back over to the fridge and opens it, takes out like a carton of milk and a sandwich with individual mechadrites, and then with his hand he reaches in and pulls out a bunch of green vials. He takes a minute to like look them over, deciding which one is most appropriate, and he picks one up and looks at it, gives it a little shake, and puts it down and picks up another one and starts smelling it under his nose. It's quite the weather we're having, isn't it?
Boris is just twitching in the chair.
He puts all the vials like back in their containers and puts them back in the fridge along with the milk and the sandwich. And then he goes over to his desk and opens a drawer and takes out like a Snickers bar and opens it up and takes a bite out of it. Yeah, I was caught in the rain this morning. Got soaked all the way through.
Yeah, Boris pounds a fist against the arm of the chair and just starts like slinging out curses in Russian and is just like, "Give me the fucking stabilizers."
He stands there for a minute more and like finishes his Snickers bar, wipes his mouth. Right, stabilizers. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a vial. And then just like puts it in your hand.
Yeah, I jab myself immediately.
Just after you jab yourself, he goes, "No, wait. Oh, never mind. They'll be fine."
Yeah, Boris just is kind of ignoring that at the moment. That's future Boris's problem to deal with. Right now, he just needs to clear his edge.
Yes, he does a little swipe in AR so you can make the payment by entering your payment code.
I will deposit my 1 credit.
Oh, you're not paying in full?
I don't have the other credit at the moment, and also, to be fair, I kind of did it myself, so I did half the work for you.
Oh, well, it's probably just as well, he says. Well, hopefully we'll see you back for the other half, yeah?
Yeah. Hopefully.
He starts whistling to himself and goes back to whatever it was he was dissecting.
All right, now that I'm no longer tweaking, I will rejoin the group for our shenanigans.
Yes, so the address you have is a very fancy set of apartments in the Western District, which is, oddly or not oddly, in the Metex Archaeology's quarter of the city. So these apartments are all owned by the Metex Corporation.
You want me to do the honors? As in, is there any sort of pad there or something that, to have to do some rewiring to get in to the security?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a
security.
There's like a security droid at the front door that checks everybody's IDs before they go into the building. Why is this audio not working?
Do you want to hack the robot? And if that doesn't work, I'll try and rewire him.
I mean, I could try, but I'd rather wait till like we're actually going to get her before I start using all my resources. I literally just cleared my edge. I don't want to get any more.
Why don't we just try walking inside? It seems like it's letting people inside, right?
Yeah, with the correct ID.
But then how do people visit people living here if it stops people from going in?
probably contact them in their house. Probably make them wait while they dial the number of the house.
Could relog my Roll20. Hang on.
See, the robot, is it just like on its own? Is it just kind of like a sort of standalone robot? Just like on its own, sort of? Or is it wired to anything?
No, it's a standalone. It's on like wheel tracks, but the top half of it is humanoid. Roll20 is like booted me out for some reason.
Uh-oh. Anarchy!
It's booted me out a few times.
Is there any way of like hacking into like the sort of, there must be something that, that's connected with the robot? Is there anything, can I, hack into somewhere that like, disrupts the robot?
So I mean it's autonomous, but it will be like connected to like a whole network, like Matrix network, cyber network. There's no like physical connection. It's got its own power source and everything.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, you could hack the droid. It would be pretty obvious here in front of everyone. Or if you could get like inside the building, there would be things you could bust into.
I've got it. I've got a great idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
I'm just gonna walk up to the robot and ask if I can use the restroom inside. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. I'll sneak in.
We could try that, I suppose.
Do you want? Oh, I mean, I was counting this as still like the pre-mission stuff, which is why you don't have a loadout yet. But if you want, you could make this starter mission so you can have your loadout.
I don't know.
Since you're like sneaking in somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to use up my loadout already.
Well, for the face, can you, maybe, some pheromones to the robot or something? Do your sort of magic?
Robot would be completely immune to me.
Oh, I suppose.
Oh wait, I'm a robot. I could talk to it.
Yeah, you could actually. That's probably best.
Manipulate it.
Yeah.
Speak binary.
Yes, I'll just go up to the robot and just start spitting off ones and zeros.
It turns to face you, and a little green light that's at its throat lights up to signify when it's speaking, and it answers you in just like a stream of electronic static, which is just acknowledging that it understands you.
I'm gonna distract it and just keep talking to it while moving the habit face away from the front doors. I'm just gonna ask about its core programming, what its function is.
And it just starts telling you that its core function is to safeguard the security and entry point of this building for the Metex Corporation. So what the rest do you want to do?
I'm gonna look out.
Maybe.
I mean, I will
Is there
say.
is there any other sort of pad thing that I can just like pull out and sort of rewire, and then it just kind
Yeah,
of
there'll be
goes, and then it just like goes, it turns, the whole building turns dark or something.
Well, I mean, there will be a panel that people use to access information about the building, and so they can contact people up in their apartments from down here.
That's probably yeah. So I'll try and just like have a sort of system failure, like cut some wires for that. So
okay, so you want to bust into that and then use it to like cause a malfunction.
Yes.
So you'll have 1 dice for that, and then
Okay.
your cyber dice if you're going to use a cyberware.
Yeah, I'll use my blades. It would be the blades, or would it be the recon?
It would be your neuro implant, I would think.
Yeah, I'll use the neuro implant then.
So how many dice you got for that one?
So I'll just use so 2 dice then.
Okay.
It's only one. Yeah.
And the second dice. Yeah,
Damn.
you pop open the panel and start rooting around, and there's a you can tell that a silent alarm has been triggered, and the droid that your friend was talking to just like spins its head around 180 degrees and starts rotating backwards towards you. Halt! That is unauthorized access of the building's security system. Please submit yourself for arrest.
Oh,
Okay, so
You're going to take a heat for that.
alright.
Well, yeah, I guess we are starting, huh?
Yep.
Okay, you just want to decide on which loadout you're going for, light, standard, or heavy.
heavy.
Medium.
Yeah. Yeah.
Medium. Medium. So.
Medium rare, please.
Okay, can I use a drone to do the happy face again?
To hack it one.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's 2 dice.
Yay.
Yay, so it's your loadout and it takes it, so you don't take any edge.
Okay.
Yeah, you pull out your little fingernail-sized drone like you did before. You open your palm, it flies over, lands on the drone, and then uses its hacker function to like crawl into the droid circuits and like manually attach itself, intercepting the signals from its main core up into its like CPU. Halfway across, driving over to you, it just kind of stops and jitters for a second, and there's a kind of staticky noise, and then it turns its whole body around to face you. It lights up green.
Okay, guys, I think that's us.
Welcome, resident. Do you require aid?
These guys are with me.
Is there any
so-
way that I can potentially kill, because it set off a silent alarm, so, one could assume the local law enforcement's on the way? Is there any way I can potentially nip that in the bud, say it's like, a test or a bug or,
False alarm.
false alarm?
I mean,
yeah.
you could try, or you could just quickly, get out of here. It's up to you.
I mean, with our track record,
You could intercept the signal, yes.
yeah, if I feel a little bit safer if I could do that.
Should I stay on lookout outside the building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hacker roll then.
Yeah. So, just the 4 dice?
Yep. Oh, it's a crit, but you take an edge.
God dang it.
Yes, you snatch the signal out of the air, so to speak. And I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. You can spoof it, you can alter it, you can prevent it from going anywhere completely.
Yeah, I'd rather just prevent it from going anywhere completely. Just, fragment it and just scatter it across cyberspace to useless code.
Yeah, I'll say with a crit as well, you don't take any heat for that, even though it's an illegal action. But you did it so quickly and expertly.
Sweet. Alright, well, okay, now we've got time, and let's hurry up and find whatever we're looking for here.
Okay, so Melendez's apartment is up on the 9th floor, apartment 12.
So what are we looking for exactly?
Information, a lot of it. So
So you just get up to the right floor, take an elevator, You only see a couple of people coming and going as you do so. Very smart dressed, obviously corporate people. This is very obviously a corporate building. The logos and everything are blazoned all over the place. You can see like slogans being holographically projected in certain areas, you know, to keep people motivated and loyal.
All of this would make me very uncomfortable and out of place.
When you step out of the elevator onto the 9th floor, that's when the elevator music starts playing, like down the corridor. And there's a little drone going along watching the potted plants outside of each of the apartments. And you get to apartment 12. The door's this kind of grey slate door, electronic lock. What do you want to do?
I'll try to spoof the door to get us to go to allow us to get in. Sort of like how I did with the robot in the last session. Just kind of make it so it just, you know, allows everything through.
Okay.
I'm still outside, just guarding the building. Or
Nice.
keeping an eye out.
You'll take edge for that. You'll take heat because it's an illegal action. But yes, you managed to just like hack into the network and put brute force crack the code, and the door opens. Yes, so inside, you know, is fairly minimalistic. It's very neat looking. There's some plants, some orchestral music starts playing when you walk in, and the ambient light comes on. The television screen pops up, and the local news station starts playing. There's a Roomba going around on the floor, but there doesn't seem to be any dirt. The place is like spotless. Very neat, minimalistic. Nothing looks disturbed. So what do you want to do?
Does she have a laptop or, you know, a tablet or anything?
There'll be like a
Some kind of a personal console.
Yeah, there'll be like a console that you can see with a recliner chair and a headset that she would plug into and interact in VR.
Can I just check if I can, you know, get into that?
How do you mean get into it? I mean, you could lie down and plug in. It's quite an everyday thing. Or do you mean like hack into it?
I was meaning hack into it.
I wouldn't imagine.
Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say I wouldn't imagine someone's personal console in their house would be super secure, since then somebody would have to get into their house to.
So, do you want to? I mean, what are you wanting to do with our console if you like bust into it?
No, I just want to find out like any personal information, as in, you know, this sort of gang has, you know, has she been contacted by them before? Is there any sort of like?
So, do you want to just like switch it on
any
and
traces?
do you just want to like switch it on, put the headset on, and just like look through it, or do you want to like actually pop it open and like manually retrieve from the data drives anything that was on it?
What sounds better? What sounds?
Well,
what
one's
does
going
everyone
to.
else think?
Well, I would think that if you just have a look, you could probably see like her latest communications and stuff like that without hacking into it.
Yeah, let's do the safe option first. If we don't get as much in the safe option, the second option. You know.
So you lie down in a chair, you take the headset and put it over your head, lie back, and there's a kind of that slight rush feeling as you're like projected into virtual reality. You can see on her like hub zone, which is where you first enter, it's like a replica of the living room. And everything looks very neat and ordered. All the sort of default programs and icons are listed there. There doesn't seem to be like any real personalization that's been done to the setup, aside from the living room, but even that is like standard for it to replicate the place it's in.
Is there any names that are associated with like gangs or anything?
Flicking through her like address books and all that kind of stuff, which is all unencrypted and open. You can see like list of family members, you can see friends, and that tallies with what Boris saw in our like social media. But the social media like link is not even present here in the VR. You would have to like go to the store app and install it, which might seem a little odd because you knew that she was using the social media. The same with like her message client and everything like that. It's all like, it's almost like this is like a fresh install of the operating system.
Has she got any other devices in the house?
There's not another console like this, which again might be odd because if she was doing a lot of sensitive work, they might have like a special encrypted business console that she might use to keep it separate from her personal one, but there doesn't seem to be one.
What about like her day-to-day sort of, you know, like her stationery and stuff like that? Is there anything that's like
things like that would be like a collector's novelty? Nobody's going to use like physical medium for
no,
anything.
but you know, if there's anything that's, you know, connected, as in it's, you know, she's got it hidden in there.
Okay, if you're going for hidden stuff, you can describe to me how you're looking for hidden stuff and then make a roll.
Is there any like sort of encrypted files or anything like that? That's
okay. So now you do want to pop open the console and see if there's anything in the databanks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Okay. So you get 1 dice, then your cyberware, and if you want to use any of your loadout.
I'll just keep to what I've got, the 2.
Okay, so 2 dice. Do you want to pull a tool out from your loadout to help?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll another dice. Probably a good thing you did that. Yeah, you pop it open, and at first it just looks like, you know, a standard sort of install, which means there's no like extra information that's been stored in there. But you pull out a tool from your bag that scans a little deeper into the interior of the console itself, and you can see that there is like an extra drive that's been added as like a custom item. So you undo some screws and get further inside, and you reach your little hand further into the console, make an attachment to your hardware, and you're able to download an encrypted disk, which has been secreted away in there.
Nice. Is that the only information?
Well, that's the secret one that you got.
Oh, okay.
Which is what you're looking for. But like I said, it's hard encrypted. You would need someone to hack into it.
Boris, can you hack into this?
I suppose so. Still not sure what good it'll do, but alright. Try to open it up.
Could be more edge you can take.
Yep, already up to 3. And we're technically in the legwork phase.
Yes, so you're not able to like get into some of the more secure parts, but you're able to get into like the main part of the drive, and you can see like from the console logs that someone has used this console since she disappeared, and they reset the console, formatting everything that was on it formerly.
Do they have a name?
It was a Metex employee that did it because they used like the administrator codes to get in.
Did they leave any trace?
This is a trace.
Oh, okay.
The log is
as
a
in,
trace.
did they have... Yeah, but is there anything that you can connect that log to as in person?
It wouldn't give you an employee ID. It would give you like a department, which would be for the Metex internal security.
I mean, by the sounds of it, she was in charge of some sensitive financial records, so Stands to reason that's why they want her so bad, because she's the last loose end. And since they formatted it, there's no way to like get any of what they wiped out back.
You can get like fragments of it. It's not all going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I could try, but it's not gonna get us anything useful for the job, which is to get her back.
Well, I mean, with your 5, you'll be able to see that she did have like private encrypted correspondence with someone called Thomas.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I'll just try to look
Great.
up this Thomas character, or at the very least, see if I can track them down.
Does Sci-Fi and Tia want to look around the apartment for anything in particular? Or speak to someone or anything like that?
There's no one there to speak to, is there?
There'll be staff like
Alright.
in the building somewhere. That would be Sci-Fi.
Really, there isn't really no one to talk to the staff, and it's like, about what?
The face could do it as in pheromones and ask questions to see what the description of any guys that came to the apartment, and find out any dirt.
Yeah.
Okay,
we could-
Blaze can do that. I'll do a thorough search on. Well, we already finished searching, right? Or
I mean, you can physically search around the apartment for clues if you want.
yeah. I'm just looking for right now. I'm looking for names.
So you'll have
I'm
a...
gonna
Oh, you go there.
I'm gonna tidy up that shit on the coffee table because it's annoying me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just search for names and stuff.
So you would have 1 dice glim unless you want to use some of your cyber.
Cyber to use.
I don't know if you have anything that really suits looking around. Or maybe just the 1 dice.
Yep, 1 dice. Here we go. 6, 2.
Yeah, no, this place has been like swept clean. The only thing that is noticeable about it is how clean it really is.
I'm gonna assume that the other people in the building, or at least maybe her neighbors, know that she's missing.
That's an assumption you can make.
Also, I'm thinking there was cameras. Is there any way that I can check the cameras?
There's a whole bunch of ways you could check the cameras.
Oh, you can so do that. The face. Can you sweet talk them into getting you into the camera room to check, the cameras for the last few nights? Just
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going down to like the front desk or something.
Yeah, we'll go down to whatever staff area.
Yeah, so there will be a human to interact with it at reception at the concierge desk, because a big fancy place like this, people want to speak to a human being.
Yeah, that rich people get to deal with humans.
Yes, the woman that's there is very young, attractive looking. She doesn't have any obvious augments at all. She looks 100% natural, which means she definitely isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you look like as a Wastelander mutant?
A mess.
Yeah, so the first thing she says
bit
to you
raggedy.
when you walk down there is, "Hi, are you in the right building?"
Oh, never mind this. Look, I'm actually a police officer working undercover.
The city police?
Yes, I've been working in the wastelands, so I've had to wear this. Ugh, it's exhausting.
Oh, I'm afraid you must be in the wrong place then. This is a corporate enterprise building.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking for a little bit of information about one of your tenants.
Of course, we're always happy to comply with law enforcement. How may I be of assistance?
I don't even remember the lady's name now.
It's like Martinez.
Oh, well, that must make your job very difficult. Melendez was our surname.
Melendez, yeah.
Ah, damn it. That was close.
I'm just trying to find out a little bit of information about Ms. Melendez from what, the 6th floor, 9th floor? 9th floor?
Yes, give me a second.
Apartment
And she
12?
does some swiping in the air in front of her. Yes, a resident in apartment 12. What kind of information could I help you with?
Would you be able to tell me when the last time you saw Ms. Melendez was?
Would you like to make a dice roll for me now?
Yeah. Just one.
One if you're not using any augments or
Actually,
loadout.
yeah, I'll use my pheromones.
Okay, so 2 dice. Do you want to pull something from your loadout to help?
All I've got on me are drugs, and I don't think any of the ones I've brought would be very useful.
Well, I mean, you don't decide what you're carrying until you need
Yeah,
it, so...
yeah.
I mean, you could have like a fake police certificate or something like that.
Oh yeah, and a fake ID would be helpful. Yeah.
It'll be electronic, but yeah. So you can roll one more dice before she spits you out.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, as you're kind of like rummaging around and producing this, little cardboard identification that you've drawn for yourself,
Yeah.
and huffing and puffing with your gills. She's got like one hand under the table, rapidly pressing the little red button. Oh, which department of the police did you say you were with again?
Yeah, I'm with the
Yes, maybe you'd like to take a seat, officer, and I'll have our chief of security be right with you.
I really appreciate that, but I have to meet up with my partner. Thank you so much for your assistance. And I'm like backing up and
Taking a
speed.
heat.
Yeah. One heat.
Yeah, one heat.
Y'all, we're not even in
While
the
this is all
right
going
spot
on,
to
is
be
there-
looking.
Is there anyone suspicious outside?
Yes, you.
Okay, just checking.
I'm gonna make my way out to the robot, to Willem. Kinda hightail it.
Greetings. Have your endeavors been fortuitous?
Not so far, mate.
Do the rest require a distraction to escape?
Put the gun away, mate.
Slowly put a grenade back in his pocket.
Slowly puts the pin back in the grenade.
Cool your jets.
Do you guys... I mean, that's probably all you're going to get from the apartment.
Yeah, I think we're done.
So, do we have a copy of this information now about the who wiped the drive?
Yes, you do.
Thomas.
You've got the physical drive chip that you took,
Okay.
and Bort will have copies if you made copies of the data that you unencrypted.
So I just want to confirm that it's the Thomas that I know.
Do you want to roll one dice to see if you recognize the style of writing or anything like that?
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's electronic and it's fragmented. It's difficult for you to tell. It may well be. He is talking about things in the wasteland, it seems.
Right, so I suspect that I know this guy.
Any idea what his MO might be?
Well, if it's the guy I think it is, he's an activist, so I'm not sure what he's doing with the gangs.
Well, I mean, the Black Fist are activists.
Well, it
Oh,
is
yeah.
well known that mutants and dissidents dwell in the waste and cause what is that? What is that word?
Disruption, chaos, and
Yes.
okay.
Descent.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, look at you, Mr. fucking Thesaurus.
Should we be heading toward the wastelands, perhaps?
Well,
'Cause I know
considering
that-
that's where our target's theoretically held at, and that's where the main job's supposed to be taking place,
Yeah.
that'd probably be preferable. I'm already needing to make
See the
another
doc
trip to the
again.
doctor again.
Well, you just got to lean on your colleagues a bit more.
Oh yeah, sure. We'll see how well that goes.
Okay, so we're going to the Shetlands, yeah.
Here comes the shitlands.
Who wants to drive?
Do we have a driver?
We do not have a dedicated driver.
No.
We have every other role.
Who's drived?
I've got
I mean,
gear all six loadout still. I can get a tank.
I'm just saying who
A
drove
tank.
last.
I don't think you're getting a tank, my guy.
I think maybe we should be a little less conspicuous.
I mean,
Maybe.
I'm not sure this is even an area you want to take a vehicle into, but I mean, that's up to you. Also, if you're running a vehicle for like this many people, that's going to use up a lot of slots. So yes, the northeastern wall of the city, you can see like a big section of it is just missing. There are like barricades and checkpoints in place, but there's just like a throng of people going in and out. There's little to no effective security at this point, so it's very easy to kind of just exit the city and enter into the Shetlands themselves. Beyond that, you can just see like miles and miles of trash and burned out buildings. And then in certain areas, there's just like a streak of high density shanty housing leading up towards the old nuclear facility.
Yeah, the good news is if fighting breaks out, we don't have to deal with law enforcement unless we make a really big commotion. Bad news, anything that has to do with the Matrix is going to be either spotty or incredibly risky.
A gust of wind kind of picks up, and the throng of moving people kind of hesitate for a second. And then a holographic display flashes across the wall saying radiation levels are okay. Okay, so what's the plan?
Yes, what is...
You give me an outline of your plan and we can just do an engagement roll and just get to the point where things start happening.
Sorry, say again?
You just give me the outline of the plan and we'll just do an engagement roll and get to the point where things actually start happening.
You guys want me to try to infiltrate or just what?
Yeah, I think we need to like track down, where their hideout is, where they're likely keeping our target, and then
We need to basically find their base of operations first and foremost, yeah?
So we're still
but then
intel gathering to an extent then, because you're going to be finding where that is.
yeah, but after we find it, probably use infiltration. That way,
So I would say Sci-Fi and Tia can both kind of intel gather here, because as an infiltrator you can obviously like infiltrate the crowd and just like pick up rumors that are being said and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and just talk to people.
Yeah, and Tia, you can just strike up conversations with people as you're kind of going along. So if you two want to do maybe a role, just kind of like gathering information to try and give you an upper hand, and find out where this location is.
Alright, I roll what?
So you get your base
2d6.
dice, and then if you have a cyberware that applies, and then if you want to use something from your loadout to give you a dice as well.
I'm just gonna roll my 1 because
Yeah, me too. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, twos are a thing today.
So many low rolls, man. Yeah. Last time they had a lot of sixes. This is what it is.
No, I don't want
roll
to take the
good.
stress.
Yeah, lean on your fellow teammates. That'll definitely work.
Yeah. So sci-fi, you're skulking about and trying to listen to things, but it's garbage. It's just a bunch of people talking about where they might get a score from. This local sports team and how they're performing, how shitty their life is in general. Hang on, my front door just knocked.
Hi, I'm with Just Eat. Here's your other KFC order.
Yeah, we definitely need to figure out what our approach is, because, like...
I'm really struggling to even think because my head is absolutely throbbing.
Yeah, no worries. I'm kind of
I'm
in the
trying.
same thing.
It's the
Allergies.
heat. The heat's yeah, I think mine might be partly allergy related too.
Yeah, I think it's because the heat has just been.
See, like moving
I
there, it
apologize.
just like feels how fucking humid it is.
So who was it?
I feel like our actual approach is transport,
Who
but
was
if, like, we need to figure out, like, how we're getting our target out of here.
Delivery for next door.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, stealth is probably also a thing if we're not going to use a vehicle.
So yeah, sci-fi skulks about and just picks up all that bullshit that's not really useful. Tia, you managed to strike up a conversation with what look like people that have more money, or they look like they're too rich to be here, basically.
Like they shouldn't be, yeah.
Yeah, they've got you can see their augments are kind of higher quality. Their clothing definitely higher quality. They have like sort of flashy car, and they're all kind of like standing around, but they are interacting with other people who are coming and going, look kind of rough. And after speaking to them, you can indeed see that they're sort of like would-be activists, and they're here, protesting or planning protests for the week ahead, and probably scoring some drugs here while they're at it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you pick up, you lead down a few questions with them, and you pick up that the collective that you're looking for are supposedly
the Black Fist,
yeah, are supposedly holed up at the nuclear waste facility itself. They have claimed it as their own outpost. And according to these kids, they are a bunch of wackos. Like, they are just totally away with it, and what they're planning is just unrealistic.
I think we should assault their base.
Yeah, so your approaches could be assault, deception of some sort, stealth, social, or transport.
Stealth for me.
If it was to be stealth, you guys would just decide on the point of infiltration, like how you're getting in. If it was to be assault, you would tell me, again, point of attack.
So if these guys are mental, I'm just trying to decide which sounds more appealing. If they're mental, I'm not sure attack or stealth is gonna be the most easy.
If you were to pick transport as your approach, you would need to detail me like the route and the means of getting the person out.
I mean, transport doesn't necessarily mean we need a vehicle, right?
No, it's just the act of
theoretically.
getting a person or objects from A to B.
Transporting the person out.
You could also, you could easily call that escort. It's the same kind of thing.
Sure.
So we're kind of like sneaking her out.
Well,
of course, you have to figure out how to get get to her in the first place.
Well, you just tell me the route, and again, it's like a point of access, like how you're getting in and out of it. Is it going to be like through ducts, sewers, ventilation, through the skylight, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Well, seeing as I'm from the Wastelands. I get how things are set up, and I would definitely know some like back ways into places in the Wastelands anyway.
Yeah, if we
Probably
could,
know.
if
Probably
we could
know
take
of
some
like ducts or something. Sorry.
yeah, or back alleyways.
Yeah.
Just especially the more complicated and twisty, turny, the better.
Okay, so we're thinking the transport one then, because it's that kind of mission. I mean, the infiltrator will still be infiltrating to get in there, obviously, but the plan itself is a transport plan.
Yes, we have to rescue them.
Essentially that's what the job is asking us, is to return our
What was that?
target, or at the very least her implants, back to the client.
What's your priority as a team? Is it to get her alive, or is it to just get her head?
At least that's my thoughts on it.
Sorry, what did you say, Alex?
Oh no, I was just saying we just gotta. How are we gonna get to her though?
Well, are we gonna try to bring her out alive? I feel like if we're not worried about her being alive, then we don't need to be quite so sneaky.
No, we want her alive.
But I feel like, yeah, let's try to keep her alive because, extra money.
I mean,
What I was thinking was, can we put a drone in there?
I can certainly get a drone involved, yeah. Do you mean to carry her or protect her? Transport? Like put her in a drone?
Maybe to transport her.
Okay, so I'm hearing maybe the route is like some sort of like waste pipe or something like that, some sort of unexpected sort of entrance that Wastelanders might think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of underground entrance.
Okay, so to infiltrate via that point, and then to locate her alive, put her in a drone or a vehicle of some sort, and get her out that way. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So sci-fi, you can make the engagement roll. You just get one dice, and then I'm going to say you get a second dice because you got the information ahead of time. So you can roll 2 dice to see what kind of situation you're in when things start going wrong. Oh, okay.
Look at the 2 still haunts me.
Is a higher number helpful in that roll?
Yes.
Do you all want me to wait outside to cause a distraction if we need it, or go inside and kill all the enemies if I problem?
I'm wondering if maybe when we're close to getting her, that a distraction might not hurt, because then they'll be paying attention. Because we're not sneaking her out isn't going to be super sneaky if we're, sending in a drone.
So the 6 means that when the action starts, you guys are in a good controlled position. You're not ambushed or surprised. You're not caught in a trap. Yous are in like control. Yous have got the advantage. Right. So if you're going through the waste pipe, you skulking through there just fine. Sci-fi, I mean, you're going to like go ahead and kind of like sneak your way in. You get yourself into whatever vantage point you want to be at when things start to kick off. And it'll kick off when you come across like a guard that's on patrol, but yous are going to catch him unawares. And this guy does not look like a student activist. This guy has a full automatic rifle. His eyes are completely replaced with like combat grade augments. And you can see him positively sizzling with like chemicals. So he's like hopped up and ready for action. But you guys have a drop on him if you want to describe where you are.
Yeah, Boris will just kind of remind everyone that some of these guys are hardline fanatics, so don't bother trying to use mercy or diplomacy. Just take them out and be done with it.
So we can kill them, right?
Totally.
Perfect.
Those options were unavailable already.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think this is a job for Willem.
Don't you want to try to sneak around them?
Well, if anything, you're.
If it's just the one guy.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna walk up to him and then just I want to try to wrap my arms around his neck and just break his neck.
Okay, so you're gonna walk up to him. Where's everyone else kind of positioned and ready to do things?
I'm going to position myself close enough to launch a blade at him, just in case it doesn't go right.
So you're in a backstab kind of position.
Front stab, you know.
Yeah, from the shadows kind of thing. You're ready to like take him out. Second half of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck
I
down
feel
on
as
the
if-
vent.
I feel like
just-
this is sort of a distraction. So maybe I should get like the drone to like
Yeah, get ready to.
yeah,
Yeah.
to get ready, as this is all going to be a distraction. So
Okay, so let's define your drone. So what size the drone is it? What kind of function do you want it to have?
I would say it's able to pick up a sort of normal sized sort of
So it's a large
person.
drone.
Yeah,
A large compact drone.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it could just
it's a
fold
kind of
over.
it's a compact, because then it just kind of
Yeah, like
transformer kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so your large drone uses up 3 of your loadouts, but it does
Okay,
have.
that's my
But yeah, well,
max.
it does have 4 functions on it though, so it can do quite a few things.
Okay, so locate is one of them. Does everyone agree?
Well, I mean, there's a list
Yeah.
on the PDF of drone functions you can look at that will give you like 10 of them. But we can get to that when you're actually using it. So we've got Sci-Fi in the shadows kind of waiting. But Sci-Fi and Executioner doing this are like the distraction.
I just walk up to the guard before he notices me. Just with that, do I just rip his head off?
Sure. So you're gonna have 1 dice. Add dice for your reflexes.
I did.
And
Holy shit.
since you're surprising them, you can actually roll another dice. But it's not going to matter because that's a crit. You will take edge for that as well, though.
Yeah, I did. I just rip his head off and say, stealth has been achieved.
Yeah, you rip his head
Stealth
off, and there's all these
is-
sparks and wires and stuff from all the cybernetics on the inside of his neck. But you did it so quickly, he wasn't even able to raise the alarm. So you guys continue to have the advantage as you enter the perimeter of the facility. It's like this vast, like, processing plant. A lot of it is like rusted over, but there's still like steam escaping and what you guessed is some sort of toxic sludge leaking from pipes and ducts all over the place.
So we need to pinpoint where she is in this place. Do we have some kind of tech for that, somebody?
So the drone could have for one of its functions a sensor array.
That's
Yeah, that would be sensible. Yeah.
Do you want to roll 2 dice for the drone? Yeah, the drone using ultrasound is able to pinpoint a small collection of organic bodies close to the center of the facility. You can see several floors below that, there is another cluster of organic bodies moving around.
Well, what about the sort of face recognition?
Well, you won't be able to face recognize them from here. The ultrasound
What
will just
about
give you like the shape
what about
location.
the sort of sensory thing that she's got in her head?
A lot of the people have cybernetics. So yeah, I mean there'll be several in both locations that have cybernetics that could be head ones.
so.
Is the drone able to identify whether the bodies that it's seeing are like female or male or?
That's indeterminate. I mean, you can see like the outlines of the figures, but they're different shapes and sizes.
Okay. What other things can the drone do?
Look at the PDF, it would tell you. You downloaded it last time to look at.
Okay.
Okay, so what does anyone else want to do? We've got 2 locations that could possibly be where she is.
Well, I feel like the drone's not going to be able to identify her out of all these people, so we're going to have to get eyes on. I mean, I assume the drone, if it were in proximity, could, where there were visual, like it could visualize her.
Yes, if it was, I mean, you're talking about you're doing a scan from like through
Yeah,
several
but
layers
right
of
now
metal
we're
and
just
all
doing
that.
a scan. Yeah, but if we could get the drone up close, we could get or closer to where it could
Yes.
actually see.
Yeah, it could employ different sensors that were more accurate.
So we really need to get eyes on at least one of these groups so that we can find her.
So I mean, that sounds like the
eliminate.
infiltrator's key job here.
Yes, it does.
So which of the 2 groups would sci-fi like to sneak up to? We have one that's in the sort of central chamber of the facility, and another one which is in the lower floors.
Lower floors? The one that's supposed to be closest, so I'm gonna say lower floors.
Okay. So you're gonna start. How do you want to sneak down? Do you go through vents or just through corridors or what?
Sneak through. And use my skin camouflage.
Oh wait, before we go, I'm gonna hide the body.
Both parts.
I'm gonna keep the head with me for now.
Jesus.
Sci-fi's like, yeah, you guys weren't kidding about this robot.
Okay. I'm looking at like the things that it can do. So maybe do you think maybe camouflage, and gets its way in there, kind of like
That's what I was.
with the camera? Yeah.
Yeah, but Sci-Fi is going to sneak down there and see if he can find out actually which one
Ah,
it needs
right,
to go to
okay.
first.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so Sci-Fi, you're like skulking down through the passage, and you see the big massive warning sign advising workers to double check their radiation proof equipment.
Any radiation suits or.
I mean, you can pull one out your loadout if you want, or a Geiger counter or something.
No, was there any of them like around or anything?
Oh, give me a dice roll to see if you can find any.
1d6.
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, you open up, you find the changing rooms where they're supposed to get decontaminated and change into their suits. And there's a bunch of old lockers there. They used to be electronic, but they've been busted open a long time ago. There's like the shreds of what used to be radiation suits in there.
Oh. Well then, never mind. Get that idea then.
Do you want to pull out a piece of equipment, or do you want to just soldier on?
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, they're all, like you said, all the radiation suits are shredded.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna soldier on.
I mean, you could use one of your loadout to pull out a radiation suit. You knew you were coming here, so it's not far-fetched to think that you might have brought one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably
Okay, so you just mark off loadout.
put
You-
on
and you-
a shirt.
shirt and glasses.
Yeah, radiation
A pair
shirt.
of, a pair
That's
of
all.
shades, man.
Yep.
The goggles, they do nothing. Okay, so you're going to be sneaking in. Do you want to give me a dice roll? You get 1 dice default. Plus your cyberware if it's applying, and a loadout if you have.
So that's D2.
Your sin skin into it, which is a rating 2, so that'll be 3 dice.
Yeah. Makes me happy, but I'm worried. Here we go.
And your
Fine.
thin skin is your mutation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will not take edge for using that,
Yeah.
but you are going to take harm.
Ouch.
You can feel. I mean, you shouldn't. As a normal person, you're not going to feel the radiation doing anything to you. But as you're getting deeper into the bowels of this place, you can kind of feel it on your mutant skin, just kind of prickling against the edge of the hairs. And it's uncomfortable and it causes you a little harm. And you're like, you're aware that you shouldn't be down here too long because it's probably not good for you. However, you manage to get onto a gangway overlooking what looks to be the old core of the reactor. You can see a handful of what must be some sort of technicians or engineers. They're using like scanner displays. Some of them have some radiation equipment on, but they're missing like the helmet or they're not wearing the gloves. It's very haphazard looking. They're all like sweating profusely and running around in their very nervous sort of tones in their voice. There is an armed guard standing across from them all with his rifle, just watching over them. And they're definitely playing around with something in that reactor. So yeah, what would you like to do?
So they're playing with something in the reactor. Can I see what that is, or?
Yeah, so the reactor itself doesn't appear to have been fully shut down. And they seem to be harvesting like something from it. And putting it into big silver looking cases. And one guy is like got little like vials and stuff and he's taking droplets and dropping it into beakers. And although not all the technician looking people are male, you know, some of them are women. None of them look like the person you're looking for.
Alright, so moving on.
We're just gonna ignore the fact they're getting nuclear material.
That's not what we're here for.
Okay. So,
Actually, no, I relay that to them. I mean, I put it in text, or...
yeah.
They have that technology.
Yeah, you have like a internal messaging.
Did you not say there was only 2 floors?
There's multiple floors, but this is the There's 2 locations where there are people, and this is the bottom one.
Okay.
Yeah, I relay that to the group in text.
So do you think I'll be able to just use the drone now, or should I wait?
Would you be able to steal the nuclear material from them and we can sell it to someone?
I can try. That's gonna give us more money.
It would
I'm gonna try.
It would definitely be worth a lot more money. It would also definitely attract a lot more heat.
That's what we don't need right now is heat.
But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of the cases just kind of sitting there.
All right, I take. Well, I relay that also. I'm gonna take one.
Yes, it'll be very useful for our future endeavors.
Okay, so yeah, I take one and I.
Okay, give me another sneak roll then.
Did 3.
Yep, unless you want to use something from your loadout to give you a 4th.
3.
Do you want to pull something from your loadout to give you a 4th?
Like what?
Well, what would you have that you could pull out that would help you with being stealthy?
I put on a pair of glasses. No.
I mean, you could
What
have
about
something.
using a disguise?
Yeah, you could have something that's a disguise. You could have something that's a distraction. You could have a smoke
Well, I do
bomb.
have a radiation suit, so I looked at that. I was like, okay, so I did have a radiation suit or a shirt.
Sure. Okay, rolling our dice. Yeah, you slip off the gangway and just casually walk over as if you're supposed to be there. The guard gives you a kind of look for a second, and
And I shrug at him. I'm just, I just nonchalantly pick it up.
Yeah, you can see he's also got those kind of combat eyes. It's like a Cylon red going back and forth. You just nonchalantly pick up one of the cases and start walking away with it. One of the other technicians that's kind of like by the cases when you're picking up looks up at you for a second, and then she's just like, "Oh, are we getting out of here finally?"
Soon.
I mean, I know it's horrible what we're doing, but I'll just be so glad to get away from here. And you're just like, "Yep," take the case and walk away.
I'm like, yes. I mean, I want to ask her questions, but I'm like, nope, I'm not good at that. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, you make your way back to the vents and passages with your case, which again has a big radiation symbol slapped on the side of it.
I actually relied that what that person said. 'Cause I go, yeah, there's something really bad going on. Well, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so what do the rest you want to do now? You know the other one central chamber where the bodies, the people are.
Do I notice any like security door, like automated security doors or anything that might block sci-fi from getting down to where the other cluster of people are?
Although he's telling you that, the thing's not being completely shut down, there doesn't seem to be any power to any of the systems in the building.
Okay. In that case, I'll just try to make sure whatever matrix defenses or surveillance on cyberspace doesn't pick up anything, like our communications or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can see there's a very weak network that's running here, but there's a lot of interference from the radiation, and it's, if you just go down a floor or even just a few rooms away from whatever you're doing, you're very likely going to lose communication with it.
Fair enough. Yeah, like I said, Boris is just kind of playing lookout for, cyber issues.
Okay, guys, what do you just want to do then?
I wanted to add on a motion for sci-fi to hand me the case.
Is that a good idea?
I will defend it with my life.
What could go
Yes.
wrong with giving Skynet plutonium?
Gently hand it to them.
I'm gonna hold. I guess I'll hold it in one hand and hold the head in the other hand. Or no, I'll take the case and hand you the head.
I love the idea that you're just like, "Hey, give me the radioactive material," as you're holding a human head.
And I'll trade you.
What do you want me to do with this?
Use it as a distraction.
Okay. I'm literally holding it. I'm like, okay, maybe.
Right, okay, so you know where you want to go, so what do you want to do?
Sorry.
Are you done, me or?
All of you as a group.
All of us.
Oh, I'll go to that secondary place. I've given back the head. Jesus, I don't want this thing.
I'll take back the head. It could be useful later.
Fucking Hoptail. Okay, so Sci-Fi, do you want to sneak into the other chamber and see what's going on there? Okay, give me a roll again.
Please get a 6.
Just jinxed it. No, I won't. Told you.
Okay, so you're not going to take edge.
But I'm gonna take another harm, aren't I?
You're not going to take harm. You're going to sneak in again. You're coming kind of from... Would you come from above or below?
I'm above.
Okay, so again, you're up in a gangway overlooking this kind of large room that looked at, maybe it used to be some sort of like storage containment place. You can see some consoles and like stacks of like empty crates that used to be there. And you can see the woman that you're looking for is standing there at the console, and she's standing beside this big burly bald guy with like a leather wife beater on.
I tell the group, found the target, but she's guarded.
And there's 2 guards standing there, but they're not like watching those two. They're standing at the doorways with their back to the
Okay,
room.
so if I don't know if my drone can like kill the 3 of them and then take the girl, but take the woman, but maybe a little bit of help might be.
And you could use your drone to help someone. Yeah, sorry.
Do you require violence?
Well,
Yes.
it looks like that head is gonna come in chains. Okay, I'll take the one on the left. You take the one on the right.
And then my drone can just go in, attack, and take the woman and escort her out. Hopefully.
But
Is it okay plan? What up?
what if she's not a hostage?
Okay, actually,
Oh, I never even
can I
thought of
describe
it.
what she... Yeah, can I describe what's actually going on?
I mean, you can describe it, yeah. Her and the big bald guy are like leaning over some sort of console, and they're having like a quiet discussion. They're like pointing at diagrams and just moving things around. The guards are clearly guarding the entrance to the room. They're not looking at the people inside the room. They're looking like...
Hey, when it comes to her, does she look like she's like agitated, or does she look like she's like really determined on the...
I mean, whether she's not a hostage or not, the job remains the same. Get
She-
her back to the client.
Yeah, I mean, she looks relaxed. She's not bound in any way. She's not being restrained in any way.
Okay, so yeah, how are we doing this again?
So what I was thinking was if you two, get the 2 guards, and then my drone attacks the other one, and then what's called captures her, and then camouflages out of there. That sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Alright, so here we go.
So, I mean, with that in mind, does that mean the drone has camouflage, the hand or claw, and what, a weapon?
Yes, is that not like because I've only used 1?
Yeah, so that would be your other 3.
Yes.
Okay, what weapon does it have?
What's the best weapon? And guys, I need a bit of help.
Rocket launcher.
Pretty much.
No, rocket launcher.
I got this,
Kill my
guys.
bandits.
Well, when it
Wondering
comes to
what-
like stealthy, I mean, Magnum, because how big the dude is.
He's a big dude. He would be classed as one of the... He'd be classed as one of the tall freaks.
I'm just gonna pull out a sword.
Ooh, what kind of sword is that?
It's
Do you think maybe laser? What's
Yeah,
the one thing?
something laser. Yeah.
What were you saying, Alex?
Yeah.
what's the sword that would be reasonable to just have someone carrying around without anyone caring? It's a claymore. Yeah, that's it. Why go with the katana when I can just have a claymore?
If you pull out a
Why the
claymore, you're going to have heat.
Yeah,
Where the hell did you get that thing?
I had it the entire time. I use it for hacking.
Well, it's time to pull out my illegal sword.
Yeah, so if you're pulling out something illegal, you have heat.
That's fine.
Given to me by the corporals, but I never used it.
So is this a katana or something?
Yeah, it's a very like, how can I say this? It's a whippish type katana.
A wet blade?
Yeah, something like that. I'm trying not to say this is it's disgusting as possible, but yeah, it's loose and then it goes hard. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm using it up.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, you just got to stroke it a few times.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Okay, so you pull out your flaccid katana, stroke it a couple of times, and then it gets erect.
It gets rigid.
Yeah.
Rigid, sorry. Okay, so you two pull your swords. The drone is ready with its laser. And I guess you're going into combat mode, so you just want to roll for combat.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna open the door and just toss the head in.
So
Action.
okay, great for you. The infiltrator, you will only have... You'll have 1 dice for your weapon, and then you'll have dice for your cyber that applies.
I mean, reflex and blade.
Well, if you're using like a cyber blade.
Yeah.
But if it's, I would say reflexes if you're using like a katana, probably better.
How many dice is that?
You've got 1 in reflex, don't you? So that'll be 2 dice in total.
5-4.
In XX, you're going to take edge for that.
Yeah.
A sci-fi will not take edge. So what are you doing, sci-fi? Are you running, chopping his head off, stabbing him, what?
Oh, I'm doing a run slit throat on the one on the left, and then I'm gonna let the robot take the one on the right. I just run slit.
Yeah, you're going to run to slit, but he's going to let out a shot as you're approaching. So you will make the connect and slice his throat, but you're going to take like a bullet to the arm as you do so, so you're going to take 1 harm.
Jeez.
XX, what are you doing?
I'm gonna toss the head in, and then while they're not looking, I'm gonna try to decapitate one of them.
So you're also going for like, well, it's a claymore, so it's a big spin around and slice.
Yeah.
I mean, similar thing. He's going to like turn when the head rolls past him, and you spin around to take his head off in 1 clean swipe. And he turns around and lets out a kind of like panicked shot, which clips you, and you're going to take a harm as well. But then his head is just sliced right off and spins off to the side.
Do my bones count as armor?
Yeah, but you're still going to take harm.
Okay.
Because I mean, you're a robot, so it's a little weird view. I might just hit some of your circuitry or something like that. And then Mole, your drone. You can roll 2 dice for that one.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll let you pick. Your drone can either disable the guy but get kind of like damaged in the process, so it can't do anything afterwards, or it can, distract the guy but not defeat him. What would you prefer?
What do you guys think?
Well, it's your drone, you tell me. Do you want to take him out but the drone's done, or do you want to just momentarily distract him but your drone's still functional?
I'm asking opinion. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
but I'm asking you because it's your drone.
I know. I'm just asking.
You don't have
people,
time to ask the
what do you
team.
think?
It's happening.
Well, yeah, just shoot him, because since he's a big boy.
I mean, it's all a
Yeah.
matter of like, do you need to keep? Do you feel like you need to keep the drone around, or do you need to take this guy out?
It was to escort her, but I suppose if the other 2 can do that, then that's fine. I suppose. Yeah.
So give me your
We
decision.
come in.
So we're just gonna
Kill him.
get rid of him, and the one dies.
Okay, the drone charges in. The guy hears the gunshots. He turns around, but before he can do anything, he gets a laser beam right through the middle of his head.
Oh, nice.
The woman standing beside him reaches into her jacket, pulls out a very large-looking revolver, and blasts your drone right in its core CPU component, disabling it completely. She then points the gun towards the entrance where you two guys just took out the guards. And she yells, "Don't come any closer! You corporate bastards, you're not taking me away."
Corporate? We're not corporate. Are we corporate?
Like hell you're not. Why else would you be here?
I'm here to execute dissidents and mutants.
Yeah, I thought as much. And she shoots at you. You want to roll.
I want to try to block with my sword.
Okay, so 1 dice for your sword, 1 dice because you're a combat robot,
And then 2 for reflexes.
and 2 for reflexes. You deflect it,
Congratulations.
but it hits someone else in the room, which is either her or sci-fi. So who does it hit?
I wasn't in the room. What the hell?
Who does the ricochet hit?
It hits her.
Yes, you
But where does it
successfully
hit?
deflect the bullet. Ting, ting, ting. It ricochets around, and then it hits her in the back, and she kind of and falls forward and drops her gun.
The target has been disarmed.
Goodness.
Aid her?
Alright, I'll go pick her up and slung her over my shoulder.
She like spits at you. She's like, "Let me go, you son of a bitch."
Going good.
Does she need to be awake to capture her?
She needs to be alive.
Alive.
Boris, you can like pick up a signal that she's trying to transmit from her somewhere.
I'll try to like jam that signal, but I want to like see where she's transmitting to.
So I mean, you can pull out a jammer just to jam it. But if you want to like do a trace on it first, that would be a hacker roll.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll run a trace on it first. Ooh.
Oh, it's all fragmented and actually you could have another dice if you want to pull out a program to help.
Oh yeah, I fucking forgot all about that. Yeah, I'll do a spike tracer or whatever it's called.
Tracing program, yeah.
Yeah. Just the one.
Clutch.
The less dice we roll, the better we roll.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can see that she's sending the signal out, and it's like an SOS flash, basically, going out to a handful of guards stationed around the facility.
Yeah, I'll as soon as I recognize who she's broadcasting to, I'll once again warn everybody, like, hey, comms are about to go down, and then just click the jammer.
You want to roll a dice for the jammer?
Just the one.
Yeah, I just want to see how quickly it activates. Oh yeah, you do it in plenty of time. Her signal never reaches outside the room.
Nice.
We thought that you were in trouble. Why are you helping them?
Obviously, we weren't told the whole story.
Yeah, I asked her that. I mean, she's still awake.
Yeah, I mean, she's like pounding her fists against XX. Like, let me down, you son of a bitch.
Calm down.
Calm down, you just fucking killed my friends.
Wait, friends? What?
Oh, you stupid son of a bitch.
Go on, educate me.
I think that would take far too long to educate some fucking fool like you. Just let me go.
Obviously, she was a spy to steal some kind of information from or she found something and didn't like it, so she joined this group to nuke their main office, or just nuke the city in general.
See, this guy gets it.
So
It's a foolish
just
plan.
I feel like Blue Guy's just got like this big smirk on his face, just like walking with her like.
I imagine he's pure deadpanned, and he's just like, these humans are so predictable.
Yeah, or either that, yeah.
Yes, it's a very very predictable plan.
So tell me, how much will we be getting paid for this job?
Obviously, not as much as we're gonna make from this.
How much are we being paid for the job?
Oh, 3 credits.
4 if she's alive.
Or she...
She has taken a bullet to the back at the moment.
And I told you to aid her.
I guess I'll attempt to close the wound. Or
By
Let's
what?
see,
By
what-
pinching it.
what can I use?
I mean, from your loader, you could pull out a med kit or something. Small surgical
Well,
kit.
yeah, that's a good point. I'll pull out a med kit and
Which will give you.
Z.
That'll give you 1 dice, yeah. Do you have an augment that might help you?
Neural.
Neuro would, yes. Okay, so you're going to edge. Yeah, I mean, she's going to need proper medical treatment so it doesn't get infected and stuff, but for the time being, she will live.
Alright, I've aided her. I'll just pick her back up, sling the radioactive material over my shoulder, and pick up my sword.
Look, how much are they paying you?
4 credits.
Well, each? How many in your team?
I think 4 people.
Look, I'll pay each of you 2 credits ahead, just to let me go. Just to take yourselves just now and just leave.
No.
But we still need
No?
something to make them think that you're dead.
Yeah.
Are you able to extract your data chip and corrupt it in some way?
Oh, so that's what they want. Well, no, they can't have my data chip. That defeats the whole purpose of me leaving.
Do you have the capabilities to make a fake data chip?
And she looks around, she's like, here? No, not really. We're not equipped for that kind of advanced cybernetics.
Let's radio the rest of everyone else and see what they think we should do.
Thoughts?
I mean, the job is 4 credits if she's alive, 3 credits if she's dead, and she's only offering 2 credits if we let her go.
Alright, that's a good point. Are we good people? I mean, obviously I'm not.
I don't like being ripped off or not tell the whole story.
She could have further jobs for us.
Yeah. I actually like that. She may have more jobs for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta figure out how we're gonna make you come off as dead. Any ideas, miss?
In the lower floors, there's a nuclear reactor. I mean, it would be trivial to reactivate the meltdown and cause a very large explosion.
I rely that to the team. Yay or nay?
I'm all for it.
Yeah. Okay, that's one.
The more the robots are like, yes, nuclear explosion sounds good.
Yeah, blow shit up.
Okay, anyone else?
I don't think we should blow up the evidence, like, no. I think we should just be like, look, we did the job, but she's, like, not alive.
That's a
As in the chip has been obliterated. Can we, like, take a photo
okay.
or
That's a second
something?
yes. What about you? I'm gonna say that's a yes to the nuking.
No! How about, like, can we make it, like, as if, like, a photo, as if it's like her, but she's, like, been burnt? But not the nuke thing. But it's just, like, a fire thing.
Wait, the
But
guard.
we should ask her if she's got any further jobs for us, though. Like, maybe ask her that as well. Like, if we get the creds, is there further jobs as well?
I like the
Okay, I
blowing shit up
asked her
idea.
that. Do you have any other jobs for us?
Sorry, Shai, what'd you say?
I said I really like the blowing shit up idea.
Well, that's
Maybe-
3.
Maybe not, nuclear,
Yeah, I mean, you should be aware
So
that
I
a
was
nuclear
saying, I was
explosion
saying,
in this location would kill thousands of people in the surrounding area.
yeah, I no.
They're just mutants.
Oi!
Hey, I'm a mutant. What the hell?
I just think like maybe having like a photo image or something, and it's like we have like some sort of DNA on it that's like her DNA to
Ask-
like fake it.
Asking her if she can get you more jobs. Like,
Okay, ask her if she can get us more jobs.
I work for someone that's really active in the political side here in the wasteland. So yes, I could definitely put you in contact with them and get you more jobs in the future.
Right, so that's sound. I rely that. Okay, so when it came to the guards, were the guards both male or female?
These guys were both male in this room.
These guys are both. Oh.
So
You guys have like a morgue or some kind? Like, you know, if a worker dies, you guys put them somewhere?
I mean, usually we just throw the bodies outside. Have you seen the place?
Perfect. Oh, that means there's bodies outside. Perfect.
Yeah, we could just use the female one and then just have it like the dead
Alright,
body, just burn it, and then
you
just
find-
kind of.
You find that.
Ask her. Does she have a bit of jewelry or whatever that we can put on it?
Okay,
But there was.
Actually, I don't even ask. I just look on her. Does she have anything?
She has a small crucifix around her neck.
Okay. I'm gonna need to borrow that crucifix. I'm gonna bring it back. Don't worry.
What do you need it for?
We're gonna go find a body that's really like messed up. Take a picture of it. We're gonna have
Well, I mean, I've got a better idea than the crucifix. And she pulls up her sleeve and puts her left hand up on the table. She's like, you're going to need some DNA, so just take a finger.
They take a finger.
Oh, just a finger. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm a surgeon. Let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, chopping a finger off is just a case of swinging your sword.
Oh, so here's how badass I do it. I take out two blades. I put one blade in her mouth. Then I take the other blade and take her finger off.
Yeah, I mean, she barely flinches as you do so.
Oh, so you're immune to pain. Nice. Take my blade back. All right.
The promise of 2 creds for everyone and the jobs, and she has to give a name.
A
What?
name?
Person.
Oh,
Name
for
of
her
the
contact?
person. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes by Thomas. He's the head of the Wasteland Revitalization Initiative.
Thomas of the Wasteland. Head of the Wasteland what?
Revitalization Initiative.
And he's a cunt.
Oh, you know him?
If it's the one I think it is.
It is the one you think it is.
Yes, he's a cunt. And yes, I know.
Oh. Does he pay well for being a cunt?
I guess we'll see. He might not once he sees I'm involved.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so got a finger. Now you need to handle that body.
Yeah, I
We knew it
mean,
was something.
going outside, you can see there's a handful of bodies that have been tossed into just like a pool of toxic sludge. There's some crows sort of like standing nearby, but even they seem reluctant to feast on the things that are in that puddle.
Caw.
Sorry, what?
Best case scenario, also, our face could potentially argue with our client and maybe still secure us some payment. Even though we're technically not completing the job.
Yeah, I think that the finger will maybe get us something, maybe.
The target was already dead, and all their all the cyberware was
It
extracted.
was- yeah.
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 Okay,
destroyed.
so one of the bodies floating in the sludge has had its brains blown out. So there's like a large exit wound on the rear of its skull.
Snap like a picture of it, of the wound at least. Could doctor it up, pass it off as her.
Yeah, do you want to roll for doctoring it up to remove all the maggots that are feasting on the decaying corpse?
Barf.
Cut off a finger, make it seem like we took the finger from it before we took a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
So you'll take heat for that, but yeah, otherwise it's passable.
And edge as well, I think.
If you were using your wear, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you are, 'cause that's why it's 4 dice.
Well, looks like I need to make another trip to Doc's again.
Yeah, I need to make a trip to the doctor because I got 2 harm. I don't like that.
I wonder what'll happen if my edge goes all the way up.
You go
You'll be a
cyber psycho.
crazy.
You'll be a
Yeah.
crazy murderous robot.
Oh, so everything's normal.
But then again, it makes you wonder about Adam Smasher.
No, Smasher was a special case of like he was already crazy to the point of being stable.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
The same way you can be a functioning alcoholic.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause
Smasher
crazy
was
games is not
already-
crazy.
Yeah, Smasher was already a murderous psychopath. Having Cyber really just didn't do anything to change that.
That's my secret. I'm always psycho.
Exactly. That literally.
Okay, so you pull this corpse out, clean it up a little bit, chop a finger off, take a picture, doctor the picture, and is that you done? Are you just leaving her?
So, we got the creds, didn't we? We got the connection.
She will
that
give
was
you
it.
the 2 creds when she sees that you're a distance away.
Right, okay.
And the other guards, once the other guards kind of reach her. Of course, she's not aware that you intercepted her signal to the guards.
Right.
Should we still blow up the reactor?
No, I think we're
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
He says disappointedly.
Very
let's
disappointed.
go.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let's go and save the guy and get more, maybe some creds.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so you are leaving her. So she will send you 2 creds. You leave the building.
As soon as we go, I want to stop somewhere, get some spray paint, and just paint over the suitcase.
Okay, spray it like a nice blue instead of silver.
Yeah, make it so it doesn't immediately scream out, "This has a bomb in it."
Sure, I think you would be able to do something like that quite easily. Okay, so given that you don't have any of the things that you were asked to get, do you want to make your contact and lie to his face?
Tia?
You lied to us.
I mean, it's an option not to lie to his face.
Yeah, don't lie.
What if we meet him in a secluded location and we kidnap him and ransom him back?
But we're all gonna be there. It's not as if it's only gonna be.
Well, I'm gonna leave it up to the
Yourself.
face because I did the dirt.
I mean, if any of us can lie, it's gotta be the face.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when you got the pheromones.
So what are we telling him?
We're telling them that we found we found where she was, and that what's called
But she unfortunately perished.
yeah.
And the implant was destroyed whenever she died.
Yeah.
And I don't believe us. Here's a picture. Damn it.
We've got we got her DNA?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The finger. The finger
Yeah,
is.
we've got her
Oh.
finger.
Okay, so you call up Mr. Anderson. He gives you an address in the northeast district, just inside the city wall. It looks to be some sort of manufacturing warehouse. He says his associates will meet you there to make the exchange.
Okay, cool.
Being the face, do you want to roll a dice for me to see if you can tell anything about his tone?
Ooh, yeah, that's actually.
Yeah, I think.
So you'll have one dice for being the face. You can have a second dice if you've got something you load out, maybe like a speech analyzer or something like that. And if you think any of your cyber applies.
I literally only have my pheromones, so
Is that the only one you have?
Yep.
What did you spend your creds on?
I don't have any creds yet.
You start with 18 creds, you can buy 3 cyberware.
All right. Yeah, I thought I was told I had 1.
Well, you're free one from your mutation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your free one from mutation, but you have 18 creds to buy 3 other ones.
Yeah, I asked about that. And you told me no. Because I think you misunderstood what I was asking.
No, you didn't get any extra starting creds, but you always get those to begin with.
Yeah, that was what I was asking.
If you
Right,
spoke,
well,
if you spoke the
let's
king's
see.
English, I might have understood you.
Fuck off. The king can fuck off too.
Well, yes. But which cyberware would you like? Do you want, or would you just like to pick one just now that's useful?
Well, I would have just put it into like ears or something, so we'll put on. Can I just stick some points in ears
Ears, okay, yeah. And you're going to analyze the voice and
too?
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so add the dice for that as well. Yes, he
I
has
don't trust this guy.
He has the stone cold, professional diplomat, corporate, monotone voice, but there's just slightest inflection that suggests that he is very angry. Like so angry that he just couldn't quite conceal it.
Oh, he pissed.
Okay, let's not even bother going. Just leave it.
Oh, I'm getting paid.
Well, yeah, let's not just rule it out. Just be ready for
Yeah.
potential.
Be prepared.
Would you like me to bring a backup plan?
Well, this is when we would need your assistance. So yeah,
Do remain on standby.
yes.
Alright, I'll find a... Oh wait, no, it's inside a building, isn't it? Is it an abandoned building?
Of course it's an abandoned looking building.
Yeah.
Like an hour or two before the meeting, I'm gonna go around the outside of the building and place some explosives.
Yeah, I mean, you can pull them out of your loadout if you want.
I'll
But-
just take some heat for it.
You're going to be, you'll take heat for having explosives, and you'll need to make a stealthy roll, which you're not the infiltrator. So you'll have 1 dice, just for the explosives.
Would I have a dice? Oh wait, yeah. Would
That's-
neural help? Just thinking about where to put them.
Sure, Neuro could apply. I'll let you choose if the explosive goes off unexpectedly, or if you are caught in the act. An hour before the meet, when you're on your own.
Who would I be caught by?
I mean, I'll tell you that if you tell me that you've been caught.
Yeah, I'll be caught in the act.
Sure, you arrive there early, thinking you'll be there before anyone else. There is already a team of guys there with body armor, assault rifles, and they are chromed up to the max. They are just like absolutely leaking fucking chrome from their skin. And no sooner have you like set about trying to put down the C4 or whatever, then 3 of them come bursting out of one of the side doors of the building and pull their guns out on you. And tell you to surrender your weapons and raise your arms.
I don't have any weapons. Probably.
I take out all my knives.
Well, he's there on his own because he went there early.
Yeah, I was gonna put a bomb in the building as a distraction or something.
Unless you want to like follow them
How
along.
about not? We need to sell that.
A building? No, not that bomb. A regular bomb.
The other bomb.
Yeah, that bomb is hidden somewhere.
Stashed
Hmm.
in a children's play park.
Yeah, so I just set it down in the locker inside of a train station. All right, I'll I don't know. Can I take them? How tough do they look?
Very tough. But you're a trained combat drone, so I'm only going to deduct 1 dice from your roll if you make it.
All right, I'll start lowering my hands slowly, like I'm gonna take out my weapons to put them down, and as I do, I'm just gonna toss the one in the middle, block of C4.
Of course.
Well,
So 2 dice plus your cyberware. I'm thinking reflexes probably.
Ooh, 4.
Okay, well, yeah, the 4 will do it. Sure, you throw the block at him, and then you're going to hit detonator when it collides with him.
I don't know. What do they do when they catch it, or do they even try to catch it, or do they try to escape, try to get out of its?
He'll try and just move out of his way because it's an inert explosive. He doesn't think you're going to make it explode right here next to you.
They're just gonna see executioner just smile widely while holding up the detonator.
Click the button. It explodes. You take 2 harm as you're sent flying backwards and crash into the wall of the building. The 3 of them are splattered across the wall of the building.
It was a unfortunate misfire of munitions.
And you'll also take another heat for the explosion.
Alright, I'll just stay where I am and play dead. You know, just probably the front half of his body just missing.
You can hear a flurry of communications going on around you, the clattering of heavy footsteps, and then you can hear a vehicle, like the doors closing and it taking off. The others arrive an hour or 2 later for the meet. There is a smouldering crater with your robot friend lying in the corner, and all this just burning flesh and spattered blood around him.
Just weakly raise my hand up and just gasp. It was a trap. They were waiting for us.
Right.
Okay, so everyone else is going to take a heat as that corporation puts your names out on a blacklist.
Which corporation?
The one that hired you.
It's some random small place.
Oh.
Yeah, they definitely weren't a subsidiary of a larger one.
yeah, they were A-rated, so they're not small.
But you do have your plutonium, which you can attempt to sell on the black market if you want.
Yep.
It's just like, yep.
Alright, I'll let someone else should take care of that. I might just accidentally blow it up.
Whoever sells it will take heat, obviously.
Not me.
So whoever's got lowest heat should probably do it.
I gotta get rid of some heat.
So does everyone.
I've got 3. That's about it.
I have 4.
I gotta get
I
rid
have
of Ed before I
1.
get heat.
You're gonna sell.
I mean, finding a
All
buyer
right.
is easy. Everyone wants their hands on some fucking enriched plutonium.
Yeah. So I have this sludge here.
Depleted? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you go online to a secure website where these kind of things are, fenced, and you're able to find a buyer in no time. You will take a heat for the transaction, but that is going to net you all an extra 3 creds each.
Ooh, we got 3 creds each. Nice.
So wait, how many creds do we get total off of this?
5.
5. quite sweet.
All right. So I go
Ooh,
to.
I've maxed out my creds.
Yep.
Yeah, so
You go to the Chrome.
Nice.
you could bank that, but then you would have no money to heal or anything.
Oh fuck! I gotta get rid of my edge though. I'm like 2 away from going Cyber Psycho again.
Yeah, I need to get rid of some of this one of these harms.
We can take care of that stuff at the start of the next one if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
The harm and the heat.
Yeah, we can take care of that as the
Yeah.
next one. Just make sure your sheet is saving what's on it.
I don't know, if my character is Psycho, could I just go out and kill people to get rid of my edge?
Oh God.
That's a great damn question.
He just goes on a killing spree to feel better.
No, he needs stabilizers like everyone else.
Yeah,
I need
if
to
you go to
go find a mechanic to debug me.
Yeah, yours is like nanites that get injected to clean your system out. Defrag.
yeah, if you go Cyber Psycho, that's the end of your character. You become an NPC at that stage.
I don't know, I feel like... Dark, would you be able to play my character as insane as I do?
I mean, if you have a full team of people around you, yeah,
Just go on a killing spree and just kill everyone else in the party?
pretty much.
Or until I brick you.
But like, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a couple of characters that could try and take you down.
Oh yeah, no problem.
You just go to shut down the cyberware and figure out that he's all cyberware.
You open him up and you discover that he's got the plutonium inside him.
That's my new power source.
Dead man trigger.
I thought that was a really good game. I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah. It was a bit sort of touch and go at the start, but then it all came together, so yeah.
And you did the right
Yeah,
thing. You sold depleted uranium or whatever on the black market. And you allowed the terrorist organization that was harvesting it to keep it as well. So
I mean,
you did all the moral things.
It was so easy to take, we could just go back and get some more now.
Quick question, not related to the game. Glim, have you watched the new Boogeyman movie? Because I know that you're like a horror fan, so I just wanted to ask.
How is it?
No, I'm asking you.
No,
I've
I
not
actually
seen
do
it
want to
yet.
watch it.
Yeah, me too. I watched a movie called Bones and All. It
I liked
was really,
that one.
really good. It was really good.
I wouldn't call it necessarily horror, but it was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I mean, it
Did you
had
not think
obviously a horror.
Did you not think like that guy at the end was like super creepy though?
Yes.
That was like so creepy.
So we all finished then for this one.
Yes,
we're
done.
We'll do all the tidying up stuff.
Yeah, we'll do it at the start of the
Start of
next
the
one.
next one.
Yeah, because they're all like little skits we like to do.
Oh, Dark. How
Yes.
about that? Blooded.
Yeah, I'm still going to be doing Blooded. I might not
Hey,
start
I
it on the
like Blooded.
date that it's set at. It might be a little later, but we're definitely going to do it. And depending who's
Yeah.
want to play, it might be the same as last time, like an investigation one, or it might be more actiony. And
Or you can try to do a blend.
yeah, I'll see who's playing and what kind of game they want to play as.
Yeah.
I think a bit of both, some sort of investigation and action, just like mix them
Yeah.
together.
I was looking at the Night's Black Agent system, which deals with like vampire conspiracies, and it's got a kind of Delta Green actiony vibe to it. But I need to
Ooh,
read
nice.
through it again because I may or may not use that system for it. Depends how quickly I can put a character together in it. So if it takes you more than 5 minutes to make a character, usually I'm not interested.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Or you could like
I guess
make
I just love
characters.
character design.
I was going to say you can maybe make up characters for us, like we don't have to choose.
Oh no, I'm not doing that, man.
Alright, okay. Too much work.
Well, yeah.
Just use a character generator.
Yeah.
encourage people to use a character generator. There's plenty of them out there. I mean, if
I actually
they're
just love
struggling to
making
put one
characters
together.
in general.
I like making characters.
Me too.
Me too.
I like making characters, but I don't like it when it takes you like a whole evening to sit and
Yeah.
make up your character,
Yeah.
which is Shadowrun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadowrun, I could not make a
Yeah,
character without the Chummer program, which
and a million
and even
PDFs.
that,
I didn't realize
Even
how
that.
long it was. I'm like, Jesus.
yeah, that's a whole day devoted to it, which is rough. But that's just because there's like so many fucking rules and shit.
What were you saying, Shay?
And then
Yeah.
I couldn't use my stuff. I'm like, okay, see, this is getting weird.
I was saying I remember Shadowrun. We used to play that.
I just felt like Shadowrun, when we used to play it in person, and I used to find it like to get to each stage was so long. It was just such a long game that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll
There's-
just stick to the video game. I'm good.
Yeah.
Funny enough, even with all the options in the video game, like that shit's way more streamlined than the actual game.
I'm gonna bugger off because I've had a splitting headache for like hours now.
Yep,
You have
cool.
a good one. Good playing with you.
Alright,
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
gonna
I was a
go
bit-
as well.
Quiet, but I'll hopefully be better next time.
That was fine.
Yeah, no worries.
See you guys
Have a
later.
nice night, all,
Yeah.
and speak to some of you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Bye.
Yeah. I mean, at least I hope so. If I feel better than I do right now, then yeah.
Oh, you
See some of you tomorrow.
sick
Is the
again
other
as
one
well?
till Wednesday?
Oh yeah, no, it's just my allergies have been kicking my ass the past couple of days. Like,
Yes,
Oh no.
yeah.
I think that's been happening to everyone.
But yeah, if I'll try to just like do my best to make sure we can still run tomorrow. But
Mhm.
you know, worst case scenario, I'll let you know. And
You guys having tomorrow?
Do you want me to paste you the macros I did for the other one?
Oh fuck! I completely forgot all about that. Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be awesome.
Right, they're pretty simple ones. I'll paste you them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Oh, Tuesday's the racing one. Yeah, I can't
his
be in
red,
that one.
his red line one. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I might run like one or two more sessions, and then that'll be the end of it.
All right, you guys, you have a good one.
Yep. See you
All
next
right,
week
have a good one.
or whenever.
Is the mech one still Wednesday, right?
Wednesday we're going to do it. Yeah.
Alright, later.
No more.
Later. Or, yeah.